Oka to kill himself in the name of fighting Simon Ekpa. Some of you know him. Some of you watching me today. Some of you that refuse to repent. If you know this man and you know that he have actually died fighting against Simon Ekpa, looking for how to kill Simon Ekpa, and that have not taught you a lesson, you will be the next. You are going to be the next. Repent. Repent. If you don't want to fight Biafra again, repent and remain silent. You can't stop this movement. You can't stop this movement. You can't stop this movement. And to those people that will collect money, I wouldn't go. I don't want to advise the chief priest of different oracles. If they come to you, collect their money, do all the juju that they ask you to do. If what they ask you to do, if my hand is clean, continue to do the juju, let the juju work against them. But if my hand is not clean, according to what they have come to you, let everything you are going to do work against me. Let it work against me. But if all those things you see, I told you people that before December ending, all of you that have gone to one place or the other trying to hunt Simon Ekpa, you will have a story to tell. If you do not tell that story, some people will tell that story by themselves. Because some of you will not be around to tell the story before the end of this December. So, I am here to remind you again to leave me alone. Let me fight this fight with God and the multitude of over 70 million that are supporting what we are doing for their own freedom. You can't fight God. You can't fight the truth and win. I also heard, still bragging, that they are going to follow Simon Ekpa with juju until they go down. Not me. So if you know this man that you know in Oka, I wouldn't mention the shrine, the oracle, so that it will not bring bad markets to them. I would not mention the oracle where he went to do this thing. After doing it, now he is dead. What did he gain? He killed himself. Because that gun he shot at something he says Simon Ekpa in the shrine have turned around to be himself. Nobody can stop this movement for the freedom of Biafra people. We have seen death of our children during the war. After the war, Nigeria continued to kill us. Today, we have lost many people in Ehamufu, and nobody is talking.
All hail Biafra, land of the rising sun. We love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. victorious, our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by our enlightenment. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
We observe a minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate them, and we celebrate our heroes living as we continue to fight on to keep the flag flying above sea level until Biafra's sovereignty is fully restored, until Biafra Declaration of Independence is fully restored, until the liberation of Biafra in the homeland is fully restored, until the recognition of Biafra in diaspora is fully achieved. He say, greetings to the wonderful Biafrans, those that have made the Biafra Defense Forces proud since after detention of our Prime Minister and after the kidnap of our Supreme Leader. Love to all of you and super hug kisses to all of you, because without all of you, our Biafra Defense Forces would have been no more. Yes. Without all of you, our Biafra Defense Forces would have been no more since after the convention, because the plan was to bring in chaos, which will attack finance. According to Musa, Musa came up with a template of how to destroy Biafra. how to destroy Biafra was properly streamlined, and it was all about destroying the independence of Biafra. Destroying the finance is the root. From finance, you will destroy everything. From finance, you will successfully destroy everything. Did they succeed? You all did not allow them to succeed. Without all of you that have been the life to Biafra independence since after the declaration, the Biafra we speak today would have been conquered by the Nigerian terrorist state. Musa would have been in the street of Nigeria jubilating and singing and dancing. Just like Oyendo said, when Biafra comes, we will dance in the street of Biafra and we will sing praises to Chukwu Okike. That is what Musa was supposed to do. If and only if, listen now, if and only if the accountability coups that has been staged twice in BRGIA since after the December Declaration of Independence. If all of you here had abandoned Biafra, all of you in the homeland had abandoned Biafra Defense Forces, if APM had abandoned the assignment and the cause that brought him to play today, if the attorney and the lobbying firm had abandoned and rejected the cause of Biafra, on seeing the level of sabotage that was assuming from everywhere after the convention till today, if we have all bowed to the pressure that came, there will be no Biafra again as we speak now. Biafra Defense Forces will not continue to stand again. They wouldn't have had any reason to continue to stand again if they had turned around and see that the people which they themselves brought their lives to come and sacrifice for had rejected them, abandoned them, and then left them halfway and started going to go and start fighting for their personal gain and self-gratification of who is the head of state of Biafra, who is the deputy head of state, who is the deputy prime minister, who is the surrogate, who is in charge, who owns Biafra, who owns this, who owns that, who will do this, who will destroy, who will overturn, who will block the website, who will deactivate the website so that Biafrans cannot make any donation to Biafra freedom again. If all of you had rejected the cause of Biafra and abandoned BRGIA under the leadership of the APM, today, BDF would have all retired to their mothers' houses and to their fathers' houses. Because when they looked up and see that all of you have retreated and surrendered to pressure that has come from one Nigeria, tell me what will give them the joy to continue in whatever they were supposed to do for Biafra. The same thing that happened to Uwazirike when the governors of the East conquered all his commanders, his generals, that were formidable and standing their ground to fight for Biafra under his command. The same way they went systematically and then won them over with money and with whatever convictions and conditions. The same way you had General Makeup talk today that they have paid money to some people and they have collected money and denied their Biafra nationality and decide to identify with Fulanese to come and kill Biafrans, to even come and kill Biafra Defense Forces personnel. Why? Because the love for money has impregnated them. That is why when you see many of them coming to the media, all the saboteurs that have sabotaged Biafra in many ways, you will hear them swearing that the God of thunder should strike them. The God of heaven should not allow them to sleep and wake up again. That they will die many times. They will die with their 10,000 toes and their 100 million toes and their head while they are already dead. When you look at them talking, they are already dead. Yes, because they are not talking with their sensory membranes anymore. They are already dead. This is how the spirit of Biafra sabotage is working in some of their brains. Today, you will hear them speak from the left side of their mouth. Tomorrow, they speak from the middle. Next tomorrow, they speak from the bottomless pit. If all of you that have been keeping the fire burning, that have stood your ground, it is one thing to have a leader, and then it is another thing to have people that make the works of that leader to be meaningful. Just like you listen to our prime minister, they should allow him and leave him to do this work that God has called him to do for the Biafra people with the support of over 70 million Biafrans. The same anointing came on our finance minister. Allow him, give him the support. Just allow him to do the work. If you cannot continue in this Biafra again, seeing that your spirit of saboteurism, your spirit of Ife Juna, your spirit of Okpabia Sika cannot allow you to contain, just pack your bags and walk away. Yes, if you know you cannot contain and you cannot stay again, with the firepower that is coming, with the pattern of no room for sabotage. If you sabotage, lawsuit will come and meet you, because we have been doing jerry all along for how many years, and we don't hold people accountable. So all of you think you can wake up any day, sabotage and destroy. Imagine people that we thought that have brain cells working. They gathered, they destroyed the website, and they had the courage to come out and pronounce to Biafrans that they have taken control of the website. They have destroyed the website. And that for the next 2 or 3 months, if you don't bow to their pressure, they will not allow you to use the website and make donation for your own Biafra. Chai! Hello, Mero. And they did it, and they stood on it without thinking of the repercussions. The other one took Biafra database. When they took, APM released official memo that the Biafra database, the Biafra ID card, which was a property of BRGIE, is hereby suspended so that Biafrans will not fall victims. For the good of Biafrans, how many of you took it serious? You did not. Some of you thought that It is for you to rush and go and get the Biafra ID card so that you can get asylum. That is the thing. Some of you are concerned about getting your documents regulated in your country of stay. When you finish, regulate your document, abandon this their Biafra, you go back and continue your normal life. When you hear that Simon Ekpa is detained as the prime minister, oh, let them do that their Biafra. After all, I was only in need of that ID card to use it and get my asylum stay. I've gotten it, and I've gotten my papers. Let him rot there in jail. I don't bloody care. Right? Yes, because you have never seen any of their faces coming to make any donations or even come and support or join. If you don't have money, come and join what the government is doing. Clap hands for those that are donating. Let people know that you are in asylum camp, you have not gotten your papers yet, you have no work, but for now, you are supporting with what you have, which is coming to appreciate others that are donating to support the cause. No, while the program is ongoing, you are snoring on the bed of asylum camp, which you are not even the one buying the bed. The bed is paid for you by the government of Europe, the government of America, the government of UK, the government of Asia. The bed you're sleeping is paid by the government. The food you're eating in the camp is paid by the government. The clothes you wear is paid by the government. The air you breathe there is paid by them. The internet you're using is paid by them. Even the phone you're using is paid by them. They are the one that give you money that you gather, then you now decide to buy a smartphone to be able to use. You get asylum or citizenship certificate from Biafra Republic government in exile. Use it to file your documentation for stay of protection under Biafra. You use Biafra as the umbrella. You get it. Chikina, you abandon the cause. Ngozi went ahead, destroyed, and all of you were clapping for her. You clap, you clap, you clap for the sabotage of Ngozi. You clap, you sing her praises for sabotaging. Another group saw that there has been resistance since after the sabotage of Ngozi-led accountability coup. And they had to devise another way because the zoo is not happy the way it is happening. Those that used to use every videos of Woto of BDF to make money daily online by doing breaking news. Hey, Biafra Defense Forces invaded Umuogolo, invaded Osu, invaded Umuaka community, invaded Uli community. Those that did not see the videos, they started campaigning because the money they make from YouTube does not enter the way they used to enter. Because when they don't see it to use and make money on the media, they cry and say BDF is not doing something. BDF have been in serious battle since after the convention. Even from the week that PM was detained, from that week till this very day, and PM was under investigation, and we are waiting for his verdict. And we came back and then advised everybody that even posting of every videos the way it should be will change. Even Biafra Defense Forces, they will not be posting everything you want to see. They will only post what you want to see, what they want to post for you, not what you want to see. Because there has been changes after the declaration. We are fighting for the recognition of the declaration that we did, and then we are still fighting to capture the homeland, which you have the Biafra Defense Forces doing their work there with Biafrans in the homeland, to capture the homeland. So they have to change their modus operandi. Because some of you did not see what you wanted to use and make money online. You started another coup campaign. But if I tell you to go to the red zone where the war is ongoing, or go and ask Musa, how many ambulances and how many body bags have you taken from the battlefield since November 17? Since November 17 of 2021, how many Fulani terrorists have you taken from the battlefield in your body bags? You have not gone to go and ask Musa. All of you want to see everything in the media as BDF is engaging the terrorists, you want to see. As they are doing, you want to see. As they open, you want to see. As they close, you want to see. The first thing that you saw is what you used to accuse Prime Minister in court. The first videos that you saw, everything raw, is what you used to accuse Prime Minister in court. And now BDF are telling you, we are not going to post everything for you the way you want. We select what to post for you. You are angry. You say, no, bring everything. So that Prime Minister would not even come out of it. Chai. Some of you are just selfish with what? With what you want to get and not what Biafra is all about. Is what, how much you are monitoring that you are making from YouTube and TikTok and Facebook and all the social media handles. How much is coming in? Because when you come and do propaganda, you sleep and wake up now. Enter YouTube, you see they write, Simon Ekpa win another court case. And that is what I saw this morning. And then I asked them, which court case again did Simon Ekpa have that he went to court? Another one blew out. Simon Ekpa legal attorney sends a strong warning to Tinubu. I say, hey! Another one came out. They say, General BUTUZOR and Minister Success, they have taken over Imo State Government House. I say, hey! All of you want to make money. But if it is by propaganda, and then when the propaganda does not work for you, you want to come and join forces with the enemies of Biafra to come and destroy the Biafran government and destroy the website of the Biafra people. Some of you don't know. Okay, look at what is happening in America now. Now, they are opening the archives and they are looking for Obama. They want to bring Obama to book. And what is the keynote? They say, attempted coup. Attempted coup is the keynote. That is how coup plotters are treated. You find yourself behind bars. So if we are even treating the coup plotters in Biafran government with kid gloves, I think some people should be clapping for us. Yes. Some people should be clapping for us. Because it's not easy to have saboteurs that have a reason to destroy all the efforts that our leaders put in place for us. Now let me go to the Chief of Defense Staff's General Igwe Butuzor's audio. All of you have listened to it. If you have not listened, go and listen because I'm not going to play it here. Do you know why I'm not going to play it here? I'm not going to play it here because Sonny is not a pushover. Two, Sonny is the Minister of Information. He knows the kind of information to play to the media, and he knows how to sieve the information when necessary. Some of you said, I am the one that used to write script or speech and give to Biafra Defense Force to come and give a press briefing. I want to ask all of you, if I were the one, when you listen to General Igwe Butuzor's audio briefing, does it connote with a speech that Sonny will write? Will Sonny write a speech and then we'll be calling PM's name inside of it? I'm asking some of your questions. But do you know why I love the way the Chief of Defense Staff dropped that audio? He dropped it raw, undiluted. He dropped it raw, undiluted. So that some of you that have lost your sensory membranes can retract them back. Yes. And one thing you must understand, these are military personnel. These are not civilians like some of us who are back home, not going through the regimental process and the brutal nature of the jungle of what is happening on a daily basis. These are men that are dealing with ions on daily basis and brimstones. So you do not expect them when they are talking to talk and then sieve the words the way I am here now, sieving the words to the way that you will understand on your bed. Because many of you are on your bed now, on your sofa now, even in the beer parlor, even at work, and you're even enjoying at a joint while listening to what I'm saying now. But these men of steel, they were talking to you from the battlefield and talking with that anger. Yes, talking with that anger so that you will understand what they feel and what they are going through. So that you will understand the intensity of the expression of the damages that you have done, which they are telling you. And before I continue, if you all did not have Oge, if you all did not have Oge, you don't know where we would have been now. That is why when God gave us Onyendu, first, God gave us, after the genocidal war of 67 to 70s, God gave us Owazirike. They later betrayed him. God gave us Onyendu. They later betrayed him and put him in detention. God gave us our PM. He's in detention. Then God still gave us Oge. Oge. If Biafrans did not have Oge, you don't know what we will be talking now. The story would have been different because God brought a blessing. God brought a blessing to the Biafran people. Yes. God brought a blessing to the Biafran people. They used to say, if you are not part of the kingdom, you wouldn't understand the principles of the kingdom. This one, I don't need to expatiate so much because he is the APM and he is the finance minister. So whenever anybody is talking about him, don't expatiate so much. Why? Because he is the eye of BRGIE now. He is the person that we see in Washington, D.C. And every eyes are looking to see that they bring him down so that we will all collapse. Yes. So the point here is, if Biafrans did not have Oge, after the detention of our prime minister, I don't know where or what we would have been discussing now. Now, going back to our Chief of Defense Staff's message. To all of you that gathered to block the website, to all of you that gathered to hijack all the properties of BRGIA after the convention, all of you that staged the first coup under Ngozi with the code name accountability. I want everyone to understand something here. All the coups that has been carried out, it goes with one code name, accountability. It was accountability code name that Honorable Fulani used to carry out the first coup. It was accountability code name that Emma and his group and Choma and the rest of them now use to carry out the second coup. And they shot themselves on the leg. We behave like Mumu, we behave like Dundee until they brought themselves out to come and tell Biafrans openly that they are blocking the website of the Biafran people so that Biafrans cannot make donations, so that Biafrans cannot support the Biafra freedom. Even when APM went to go and have meeting with them and said, leave this website alone, they opened their mouth and say they will not. They will rather put two buttons on the website and call one old account and call another one new account. And that if APM resists, they will rather see that that website is inaccessible for Biafrans to make payment to support Biafra freedom. These are the people that you see that come out to deceive you and speak from the two sides of their mouth. Imagine Joy Robbie hitting her hand on the chest to tell you, instead of her to sit down and see that the website is useful under the supervision of the finance minister, the APM, she would rather make sure they continue to put chaos on the website for the next 3 months without considering that we are at war, without considering that we have babies being slaughtered on a daily basis. We have children being slaughtered on a daily basis. We have women, we have men, and we have our community being annihilated on a daily basis. No, it wasn't important to them. What was important is their ego and pride. For them to be in charge of website, to control website, for them know who to be the finance minister for them with code name accountability group. For Remigius to be in charge, for Dandiuchu to be in charge, for Biafra Disunite to be in charge. These are persons that have abhorred the policy of Prime Minister. They abhor the policy of Prime Minister. They want to create their own. They want to be in charge. So invariably, all these years that PM was here, they never loved the policy of PM in any way. They never agreed with him in any way. They were just bowing down to pressure, because if they open their mouth and challenge PM in the cabinet meeting or come outside, they know that all Biafrans will fall at them. So that is what they were just avoiding. So in the absence of PM, they now see, okay, they thought that Oge will become a pushover. It will become a baby that you have to carry feeding bottle and put in his mouth. You have to write script and give to Oge to go and read for you. If Oge will want to go to do press briefing or emergency press briefing to talk to Biafrans or to address anything, he will now come to bow down and tell you and say, this is what I want to say. Connote my write-up and my speech so that I will not go and make mistakes. Oge have to come and bow to you people. Oge have to become a Dundee to you people so that you will push him like a pendulum bob from point A to B. You wanted Oge to be like Goodluck Jonathan, that was controlled by the Fulani Caliphate in Aso Rock. who could not take any decision. Anyway, he wanted to go, they flock him. They push him back, push here, 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 push here. You guys wanted Oge to be a feeding bottle. But little did you know that there was something hidden in Oge, which God kept him for us. And I thank God for his bravery. I thank God for the wisdom God has given him. And our our okay. Those ones that were shouting, okay, calling his name as if they are in a romantic mood. Today they are crying everywhere. And our APM has become more brutal today than before. Our APM is no go area now. It's more brutal than before now. So all of you that did all this, what did you expect? And also to those that went to sit on the fence. Some of you went to go and sit down on the fence. Yes, you sat down on the fence while Ngozi did her own accountability coup. Emma has also come to do his own. You all went to sit down on the fence. Somebody will call you and say, what are you doing? Why are you not supporting Biafra? You say, hey, I'm waiting for Prime Minister to come back. When Prime Minister come back, I will come. When Oyendu come back, I will come. While the Fulani terrorists are not waiting for Prime Minister to come back. They are not waiting for Oyendu to come back. They are not waiting for you to even finish speak. They are invading your community on a daily basis. And then, when they invade your community, you now expect the little money, that 3% of donation that you people have destroyed 97%. You expect that 3% now to go round in all the 40 states of Biafra and to curtail the menace of Fulani terrorists. Instanta. You expect that 3%. But you are seated on the fence, so but when you hear that there is Fulani invasion in any community, you come out, you start castigating Oge. You start castigating Biafra Defense Forces. But yet you are on the fence. Hey, you have not even come down from the fence. You are on the fence. Just waiting to sabotage and to castigate. That is the only thing you come to do. You've been on the fence, and immediately that you heard Chief of Defense Staff drop this anger complaint of all your sabotages. Yeah, you zoom out. You come out and carry the audio and started circulating. I have blocked many of you today. Yes. Because as you people were sending the audio of our Chief of Defense Staff, I just went around to be checking your chat with me. I checked that you have not even made any donation to support Biafra for the past 10 months. So no receipt of any kind. So you just went to sit down on the fence and then you waited to see the downfall. You waited to see the downfall of Biafra Defense Forces. You waited to see that Fulani terrorists will come and then destroy them, and then there will be no more. Then you will clap and say, yes, I said it that Simon Ekpa will be a failure. You think that you're doing Simon Ekpa. You think that you're doing Simon Ekpa, and you think that you're doing okay. You think that you're doing Sonny, and you think that you're doing Biafra Defense Forces. Who Biafra Defense Forces can disappear today. If they decide today, they can disappear today and abandon you in the hands of Fulani terrorists. And all your family will be taken over by Fulani terrorists. Will you come back to blame them? No, you should blame yourself for being silly. Blame yourself for being silly. Because Fulani terrorists are reassembling every day, doing meeting, raising more money, getting more weapons to come to take you out. What you're doing is to sit down, open gossip discussion panel, and be talking about how you can bring Oge down, how you can bring Simon Ekpa down, how you can bring Sonny down, how you can bring BIJ down. I stepped into Twitter this morning and I saw some other people, what they were discussing is how they forged document. And I asked them, forged document is your problem now. Forged document, go and bring evidence. You don't have any evidence to show that forged document. Your land is bleeding, but it is forged document propaganda that you are putting in the media. When you finish do the forged document propaganda, Fulani terrorists have invaded your communities. You come back and you still cry. You will still be coming to call on Oge and say, Oge, what are you doing? Oge, what are you doing? Oge, what are you? Oh, the same Oge that you say is forged document is the same Oge that you come back to come and call. You cry from 9 till morning. Oge still remains your APM, and there's nothing you can do about it. If you can do anything about it, go and ask the people that protested to bring down Donald Trump since last year. Go and bring them. Let us see how far they have brought down Donald Trump. Let us see how far the Congress has invaded White House and unseated Donald Trump, pack his belongings, pack his family and everything, pack his portfolio and threw him away out of the Capitol. We want to see it first before you come to amplify your own. Ndisiochi, I thought you want to learn civilization. You don't want to learn the positive part of it. You want to learn what you cannot even amplify. In the zoo, Buhari has ruled you people for how many years? With no certificate of any kind. You cannot whisk him out of office. So you only make noise in your bedroom, in your kitchen. Tinubu is here now. And he's junketing from one place to another. What have you been able to do? No. It is freedom fighting movement now. Freedom fighting, which is not a sovereign nation yet, which has not gotten sovereignty, has not gotten full control of the homeland. It is freedom fighting that you now wake up one day and then you want to put the lives of all the military personnel that have sacrificed their lives voluntarily to secure Biafra land. Are you paying any of them salary? No. Are you paying Oge salary as well? No. Are you paying Sonny salary as well? No. Are you paying Simon Ekpa the PM salary? No. Who are you paying salary in BRGI? Nobody. Who are you paying salary in Biafra Defense Forces that are sacrificing their lives, putting their family and everything they have on the line for you to get Biafra? Are you paying them salary? No, you're not paying them anything. But you are coming out to do as if you drafted a salary memorandum of understanding between you and them and you all signed. And they have gone against that contract that you had with them. Since you are remitting their monthly and weekly salary and allowances to them, and then you're also taking care of their family members. You are doing all this and they are not discharging and delivering their own quota. You are coming out to come and drag them as if that is the kind of terms and objectives you had with them. Does any of you even know how the families of the Biafra Defense Forces survives? When you listen to the Chief of Defense Staff, he said, I have lost my entire family because of this Biafra. He said, hope Lesusodema wiped out my entire family. Not one of them says this, not two, not three, not four. Many of the generals have this same story. Why? Because they decided to put their life totally for Biafra. Now, the Chief of Defense Staff has come to air his anger on all of you that have abandoned the templates and all the footprints and the legacies that our leaders laid down for us. The Chief of Defense Staff have come to drop a message to all of you that you have all become a disappointment with all your sabotages. Yet, you sabotage. Ngozi is sabotaging from the other end, shrinking the finance. Emma is sabotaging from this end, shrinking the finance with Shoma, Hajare, Ruben Nadi, Azubike, who happens to have been the website manager. He used his power as website manager to align with those that are power hungry to destroy the Biafra government website, where Biafrans in diaspora are contributing for Biafra freedom. Because he is destroying from there. A man just woke up yesterday to start his own destruction with Remigius and another man. I don't know who follow. All of them. Joy Ruby, Ruben Nadi, Obi from Europe. What is different from what Ngozi did, from the two of you, from the two groups now? What is different from what Ngozi did? You now have Ngozi Part 1 and you have Ngozi Part 2. Ngozi Part 2 is led by Emma and Choma and Azubike. While Ngozi Part 1 was led by Orabu Fulani, and she has already gotten a lawsuit. She is crying every day. Yet, you see her coming to the media to blab. But she's crying every day behind the scene to the attorneys. She's crying every day how she's going to pay up the damages that was brought up against her. But when you see her in the media, she will use all of you that are gullible, who doesn't know the pain she's going through. She will use all of you to shine. There is no fundraising that you can be doing for her that will be enough to pay for the damages that was put up against her for what she has done. Today, you have seen one of our secretary coming to tell you that the Biafra ID card, which Biafra government in exile through the APM had suspended for reason of their sabotages. When we were explaining it to you, you did not get it, you did not take it, you did not take us serious. Today, one of Ngozi's secretary, who was also served the lawsuit. You see, the fear of the lawsuit is the beginning of wisdom. Yes, the fear of Amin Dabiri, the fear of Elias is the beginning of wisdom to this Biafra government. The gatekeepers are very strong. Today, one of our secretaries has come out to start confirming and outlining all the points that we told you as reasons of suspending the Biafra security database website for Biafra ID card. She told you that they removed that Jumio verification, just like we told you. She told you that they decided to go and use Zoom to do verification. When we were explaining it here, did you people take us serious? No. We are coming to do video analysis with all those their confession publications. We are coming to that one. Today is just to focus on the message that the Chief of Defense Staff sent to all of you. I want to ask you a question. With all these sabotages that you have all done, if Oge was not available, what would have been the fate of Biafrans? With the 3% of Biafran donations that were now left, that were coming in to the fundraising since after all these sabotages, 3%. People that used to bring out 3,000 ejema, 2,000 ejema, 1,000 ejema, 4,000 ejema, 5,000 ejema, they all took them to the sabotaging camp. They took them to the sabotaging camp. That is why now, when you see Nkiruka make donation of 1,000 ejema, I sing our praises. When you see our North and South American rep make donation of 2,000, 1,000. When you see Honorable Melike make donation of 1,000, 2,000. When you see Honorable Chima make donation of 1,000, 2,000. When you see Minister Comfort make donation of 500, 1,000. And then I sing their praises. Some of you may not understand. Because we need this set of people to be up to 20. Yes. We need these people that can be giving us 500, with their clear heart, 1,000 with their clear mind, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 with their clear mind. We need all of them to be up to 20 so that when there is emergency, only what they will do behind the scene will go a long way. And then what we will now do in the open fundraising will be add up. Then it will solve a lot of problems without anything escalating. These numbers of persons were many before, but you all took them to sabotaging camps. You took some of them to Ngozi sabotaging camps. You took some of them to a mass sabotaging camp today. Dr. Sam used to donate from 1,000. Dr. Sam used to donate from 1,000 going upward. Emma used to donate from 1,000 going upward, 500,000 going upward, 500,000 going upward. But do you see what this power of sabotage have done to their brains? Do you see what it has done? When you go and check the camp of Honorable Fulani, many of them used to donate with their clear conscience and they will bring out good amount of money. But the sabotages have dug into them and consumed them. That is why the Chief of Defense Staff is sending the message to all of you and say, when you now send 3,000, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, you'll still be shouting on his ear. Has any money been enough? Has any money been enough for war before? Has any money, any amount of money been enough for war before? If any money has been enough for war before, why will Zelensky leave Ukraine to go to America to look for more money? Why will Netanyahu leave Israel to go to America to seek for support? Why will Iran go to Russia and go to China to seek for support? Why will Russia be rebranding more weapons daily? Why will Israel continue to be producing more weapons? Today, you hardly hear Israel say, it is God that will take control. Let us do prayer, or let us go to the mountain and pray. No, what you hear Israel telling you is that we have acquired another iron throne. We have acquired another of this weapon. And this is what this weapon will do. This is what this weapon will do. This is what this weapon will do. I'd say it to all of you that war doesn't have enough. We never had enough before when all our leaders were here. And we have not gotten enough. And it will not be enough until when Biafra is fully restored. But the message is to those that have been sabotaging, that you have all left the foundations, you have all left the focus, you have all left the root, you have all left the sanctity of what we are doing, you have all left the legacy, you have all left the blueprint that was kept for us, you have all left the common goal, which is to raise funds and support the Biafra. Instead, you are all fighting against every avenue of raising funds. Yes. If you can go to the point of blocking the website, not minding any instruction from the highest authority that says, undo what you did on the website. Rather, you hit your chest and say, if Ogen Kere has to be the one to do what is mandated to do, if he has to remain as the APM, if he has to be the finance minister, you would rather destroy the website so that there will be no success for Biafra. The same way all of you said, if Simon Ekpa will have to be the one to bring Biafra, you would rather die, you would rather destroy everything. Today, many of you have died now. And Simon Ekpa is still alive. Biafra is still waxing strong. Though it's not here now as we speak, but everything that they put in place, we are holding it very strong and we don't allow you to come and destroy it. So who is winning? Is it Simon Ekpa that is winning, or you are the one winning? Is it you that is losing, or the legacy that Simon Ekpa built is still speaking as we speak now, and nobody can bring it down? You, what legacy did you build? Is it the legacy that you said if Biafra has to come through the template of Simon Ekpa, that you rather destroy everything? Is that a good legacy? Is that a legacy that people will reckon on? No. But Simon Ekpa can be spoken of everywhere now. And everyone are looking up to the legacy that he brought to the table. The Chief of Defense Staff is the best person that has delivered the best message to all of you in this weekend that just passed. Yes, this weekend, that message came this weekend. It has been circulating. And I want the accountability group, Remijuso, Ajareo, Adanjuchuo, Adaonowo, Biafra Disunite, use it for broadcast and turn it upside down. Use it for propaganda. And as you're using it for propaganda, ask yourself, this message that Biafra Defense Force Chief of Defense Staff dropped for you as a saboteur who has been sabotaging, what has been your contribution to move the effort of the Biafra Defense Forces forward as you are playing this message? Since after convention, it has been from your mouth, Biafra Defense Forces is a kidnapper, Biafra Defense Forces is a criminal, Biafra Defense Forces are not doing anything. But these are people that are taking bullets every day for you. They are taking bullets every day for you. Yet, you expect them to do wonders with their teeth. You expect them to do wonders with their saliva. While you, on daily... Did all of you listen to Chioma, Professor Chioma, when she was speaking in their town hall in their inept fundraising? She said that they were fighting to protect the independent media propaganda teams. Yes, because they knew what they were fighting to protect them and keep them for. Whenever I wanted, or the media team wanted to unleash fire on these people, according to you, she said she was fighting with a man, and then Adazion, Obi, Joy Robi, Ajare, Azubike, Dr. Sam, that all of them, they were fighting to protect the independent media team. So that as you fight to protect them, that BRGI media team should not go against them, they continue to propel your propaganda of how to bring down BRGI, of how to destroy and impersonate BDF, of how to destroy APM's effort to Biafra, on how to destroy the recognition, the political and diplomatic outreach of BRGI. Which people were doing propaganda with all the meetings that the lobbyists and attorneys are having in Washington, D.C.? It is Adanduchu. It is Remigius. It is Biafra Unite. Now, Ajare has joined them. And you heard Professor Choma telling you that they were fighting that BRGI media, that information minister, should not go and use Koboko on the independent media. She was fighting, stalking Sonny in. Anytime Sonny want to call the media team and say, you have to shred these people to pieces, they will call meeting and say, Sonny, leave these people. They are working for them. Little did I know that they had ulterior motive. They had something they were planning with these people. And Sonny will come to meeting and sit down with them. And will be asking them, how come after meetings like this, I am hearing these independent so-called media that you say they are independent media, they are reporting verbatim to verbatim of what was happening in this meeting. In this meeting that you say it is advisory council meeting. How come? When I ask them, they all deny. Oh, they know nothing about it. Oh, nobody communicate with them. Oh, we have not. But she used her mouth now to confess. That is the video I said I posted yesterday, where Adan Nuchu was the one addressing them in the opening of the fundraising. Professor Choma opened her mouth to say they were fighting to protect the independent media team. So you fight to protect the independent media team so that they can destroy and prepare everything that they have to use to destroy BRGIA, so that they can continue to destroy the image of Biafra Defense Forces. As they will come out and say Biafra Defense Forces are kidnappers, they had this, they had that, and you enjoy it because you know what you were using them to do. Today, the Chief of Defense left a message to all of you. And he asks you guys a very simple question. All of you that have decided to leave the mandate of BRGIE and BDF and Biafra Liberation and now decide to be attacking our finance, how do you now expect them to be working and bring results? When you all go to attack the website, you go and block the website. Yet you expect money to be coming like water. You expect Biafra Defense Forces to be doing miracle with their teeth. You expect them to cut their blockers to use and turn to AK-47. You expect them to cut their ear and turn it to RPG. You expect them to cut their breasts to now turn it to the bullet that will be used to fight the terrorists. You hear them say, we used to acquire this before, we used to acquire this before, we used to acquire this before. And now, how can we acquire it with the presence of all your sabotages, which your sabotages is not going to anywhere. Your sabotages is only going and targeting where? The finance. The finance. The finance. That is where all of you are going. You expect to see the same miracle that happened when all our leaders were here, right? You expect to see supply of logistics multiply the way it should have been. But what are you doing? The best thing you know how to do well is to mobilize the independent media. Tell them to go on propaganda spree. Let them swing into action. Let them go and destroy. Let them go and destroy the mindset of people that are supposed to come in and make donation to support Biafra. Yet you come back and sit down and be asking, okay, what are you doing? Okay, this is not happening. No, okay, will cut his nose and go and make things happen for you. Ojukwu cut his father's wealth to use it to make something happen for you in Biafra. Did you appreciate him till today, where we did like this? Did you appreciate him? When Nigerian government called him back and said he should come and contest as president in Nigeria, he contested for 3 consecutive times, which is 12 good years. I am asking you, How did you appreciate Ojukwu? By showing that you support him and you appreciate what he did for you with Biafra. When it was time for you to show that appreciation by vote, how many votes did Ojukwu get from Biafrans? Which is the only way that you could have shown your appreciation. Yes. How many votes did Ojukwu get to show that he is campaigning for the Biafra people? That it is another opportunity for the Biafra people to have a position and a sense of belonging, a sense of restitution, and then reconnection into the system of Nigeria. How many votes did you give Ojukwu? The video I played before we start, Prime Minister was telling you that a fellow Biafran is going to Babalawo place to go and kill him. And they do juju. And they prepare an image and give and say he should shoot the image with gun. That when he shoot the image with gun, he will die. And that image is metamorphically who? PM. Chai. That is how you wanted to keep him. That is the one that you know. How about the one that he doesn't tell you? How about the one that he himself, PM, doesn't know, but the God of Biafra is protecting him? Yes. So, I don't find it exceptional when I see that all your attack is on Oge. I don't find it exceptional because if you did not appreciate Ojukwu for using his father's wealth, Oge now is using his own wealth and the wealth of his children. Yes, because some of our parents, they lay foundations for us to come and eat from. Just like Ojukwu's father laid foundation and then he now gave it for Ojukwu. So Oge's wealth today is for his children, but he's using his children's wealth now to now fight Biafra for you. Yet Oge is the person that you will want to kill. You will want to kill Prime Minister Simon Ekpa first. The next person you want to kill is Oge, the APM, for not allowing you to destroy everything. The message of the Chief of Defense Staff went very deep to all of you saboteurs. That message is not to all of you Biafrans that have been making your donations since after all these saboteurs emerged. No, the message is not for you. The message is not for you. Your little quota that you are contributing is utilized properly. Yes, it's going to the right direction. That is why you are still able to see the Chief of Defense Staff even being able to speak to you now. Without your effort, without all your sacrifices of what you have been doing now, the Biafra Defense Forces would have all gone back to their normal lives. Yes, because it's not that the zoo would have come to overrun them. No, they would go back to their normal lives when they don't see that you people are not serious again. But all your contributions that you have been doing, standing your ground to this very day, is what is making things happen. Yes. And we appreciate all of you. So the message of the Chief of Defense Staff, General Igwe BUTUZOR, was to the saboteurs that have blocked the website, decided to form another group, just like Ngozi formed, and then wore them silpers, march them on the road. First, they march the 40 state people and say they are the governors of 40 states. They do propaganda marching. They spend over how much? 80 million naira. They now carry over 50 million and give a Caterpillar. Caterpillar made away with it with Sapele. Chika was also part of the deal of Caterpillar and Sapele. And as the deal did not go well, Chika now is now looking for a way to come and take refuge. That is why Chika now has been pushed from Orabo Fulani down to who? To EMA Accountability Group. So this is how you see how they connect. Accountability Group 1, coup plotters 1, Accountability Group 2, coup plotters 2. They come to unite. They send one person from the other end, they come and connect with this one so that they will join forces. So the Chief of Defense Staff is asking all of you, now that all of you are using the strength that you have and you're supposed to put everything in order to give us this fuel from one direction so that we can be able to do what we are supposed to. How do you people expect us to manufacture weapons with our teeth and do what we are supposed to do? You think that the little that you sabotage and remain from the remaining Biafrans that gather to do fundraising and then come and support what we are doing, you think that that is enough? That is not enough. You should get the complaint and understand it very well. Before you hear them speak up, they speak with anger because they have sat down and watched and see. Accountability Group 1, USB charger started. Now, Accountability Group 2 have also come out again. So it is like a cause is disturbing some of you. Yes. It's like a cause is disturbing some of you. And yet, when you see Accountability Group 1, they are crying of the atrocities of what they did. It's not up to 48 hours yet since their memo came out that this is how they sabotage the Biafra database system. And they are not even ashamed to confirm their sabotages. They are not ashamed to explain to everybody. They explain it in writing. They put it point by point. This is just making the work of the lawyer, the attorney that will handle them in court. This is making the work very easy for the attorney because they have given the point, evidence by evidence. They narrated how they started it, how they had meetings, how they plan of wiping out the Jumio verification security protection system on the Biafra security database. They explained how they had series of meetings. They even copied you the messages they sent to the company, the printing company of the ID card. They even messaged you the reply message. They even reminded you how much the initial contract was and how much was paid before they started the sabotage. They have not paid any money. That money that you see there is the money that BRGIE paid. When I come tomorrow, I will explain many things. That is the initial contract money that BRGIE paid before they usurp their power with the opportunity they found themselves to decide to destroy everything. They did not pay their dime to put inside though. That is why when it was time, if you look at that letter, when it was time for them to pay any money, the company now told them they are not meeting up their target. They have to pay this and pay that. They could not meet up to pay. They don't have the money to pay. What did they resort to? They resorted to using Zoom verification. Listen up. If they had the money to pay, why didn't they go and pay the money to continue on the standard of the protection of that ID card that was initially approved? Why didn't they go with that? So they had to resort into doing what? Picking something that is useless just to be able to be relevant. They don't care, they don't mind, they have to destroy. That is what they want to do. They must destroy so that they will be relevant, so that one Nigeria will clap for them. They work so hard, to remove all the security protections. So the chief of defense staff is asking you people question. With all these sabotages that you guys have done, how do you expect them to produce granite from their nose? How do you expect them to produce granite from their ear? How do you expect them to produce granite from their eye? Or how do you expect them to produce all the granite from the 3% of Biafrans that are now donating with all they have, which is not enough and has never been enough? When we had all of you in one fold, it was not enough. Is it now that the small percentage of people now that are donating from one side, when you people have splitted into 3 groups to destroy other people's mind and to destroy everything, is it now that it will be enough? It can never be enough. I wonder how you had 100%. It was divided into 97 to 3% ratio. And then it was not enough. You were left with 3% ratio. 97 went the other side. Then now from the 3%, you have shrink the 3% again to become 2.97%. And you are still expecting that it will be enough. How can it be enough? Oh my God. You see, the impact of the second accountability group is a failure. It's a failure, yes, because their presence created no much of impact in the BRGI. Yes. But what their sabotage, what the accountability coup plotting has created is that there are more Biafrans that have been seated on the fence, seeing that people are sabotaging. While we try to go front, people sabotage. While we try to go front, people sabotage. And they were waiting to see that they come in. When they now sit down and see that from the same sect of people that have tried to be on the template of BRGI, suddenly Satan entered them. Some of those people that were supposed to come in, some of those people that were coming back, they get discouraged. This is the after effect. This is the after effect of your sabotage. Yes. This is the after effect of your sabotage. You yourself that is carrying on the coup, you're not relevant to Biafrans now. But your sabotage destroys the minds of some other Biafrans that are supposed to come in and make donations. Yes. So if you have been useless, or if you are useless now to BRGI, your act of sabotage and insubordination has derailed many minds and souls that are supposed to be formidable to come in and be committed. That is how it works. So it doesn't necessarily work about you in person. It works like a kind of spontaneous reaction. The ripple effect goes round like this to touch some people. And before somebody now want to have a bold step, the person will think twice. Will you people not come and bring his name to come and escalate in the media tomorrow? Yes. Because if you had the mind to go and bring out the registration document of BRGIE, the article of registration, documents and information that are there that are not supposed to be made public. There are some parts that should be made public. There are some parts that should not be made public. There are some intricacies there that should not even be talked about or discussed in the media. But someone that happened to have been part of the registration, when you see the action that they committed, you now understand that they never meant well for BRGI. Yes, if they meant well, hey, they wouldn't have gone to that extent. Yes, that's the difference. If you mean well for BRGI, you will not go to that extent of bringing a document that should not be exposed or should not be brought to the media at this given time because of what the content of that document is and what it means to the people of Biafra. So, if you have listened to, or if you have not listened to the Chief of Defense Staff's message, please go and listen to it. It is circulating there on WhatsApp and Telegram platform. And when you finish listening to it, ask the accountability group. With all these your sabotages, how do you expect the Chief of Defense Staff to come, carry mic, and then start singing praises to all of you? No! I want him to do more because he gave the message the way it is. Forget the fact that my name can be called inside the message. Forget the fact that APM's name can be called inside the message. No. Forget the fact that BRGI name can be called inside the message. Forget the fact that PM's name can be called or Onyendu's name can be called. But get the message that is passed. The message that is passed is to all of you that have sabotaged this Biafra this far. While the Biafra Defense Forces are sitting down in their defense council and they are planning of their target, they came up with regional policy, regional structure of how they have to capture and control the homeland, how they can be able to implement Biafra liberation tax policies, how they can be able to recapture all that Ngozi has destroyed. With all these their efforts that they brought to the table, a man with his group came out and wrote a very long letter and said they are condemning the policy of Biafra Defense Forces. That they are giving Biafra Defense Forces 72 hours to go and change their policies. You now ask Emma, are you now in charge of Biafra Defense Forces? Chioma, are you now in charge of Biafra Defense Forces? Joy Irobi, are you now in charge of Biafra Defense Forces? Azubike, are you now in charge of Biafra Defense Forces? Ajare, are you now in charge of Biafra Defense Forces? Dr. Sam, are you now in charge of Biafra Defense Forces? Adazayon, are you now in charge of Biafra Defense Forces? Joy Irobi, Obi from Europe, are you now in charge of Biafra Defense Forces? Your bylaws stated categorically clear that Biafra Defense Forces are independent body fighting, and they do not take orders from anybody from Biafra Republic Government in Exile. They do not take policies from anybody from Biafra Defense Forces, from Biafra Republic Government in Exile. They do not take command. They do not take ordinances. They do not take directives. And it is in quote, they say, starting from the office of the Prime Minister. Biafra Defense Forces is not command or directed of their policies by the office of the Prime Minister. So when you start from the office of the Prime Minister, you start coming down. The next one is what? Acting Prime Minister. Then the next one is the ministers of the cabinet. So please, you people should ask Emma with Professor Choma and Okoma and all of them. When did they now start becoming part of the Biafra Defense Forces? When did they become part of the Biafra Defense Council? And they now stay in exile to write letter and give Biafra Defense Forces 72 hours to bring down their policies of how they want to fight. Oh, you write letter and tell Biafra Defense Forces to bring down their policies of regional structure. Now they are asking you, as you are destroying their policies now of how to fight to liberate Biafra land, how do you expect them to use their teeth to turn to granite, to turn to AK-47, to turn to RPG to use and fight the terrorists? It's a question. How do you expect them? They bring out a policy, they bring out their ways and manners of how they want to fight. A man come out and say, no, I want to show body. Choma that is comfortably enjoying herself in America, having the best of air condition, is coming out to write letter and sign and say, Biafra Defense Forces, who are sacrificing their lives in the bush, they should not use their policy to fight for Biafra. But the bylaws that you all brought about says you don't have to do that, but you're doing it. And you write the letter, you throw it in the media. The Chief of Defense Staff message was to all of you sabotaging BRGIE and sabotaging Biafra Defense Forces' effort and policies on how to liberate Biafra land. Sabotaging BRGIE on how to get the recognition of Biafra in exile. Okay, Nkere will be in Washington, D.C. with Elias. We'll be having meetings with senators, putting their heads together to see how the lawmakers will listen to them, how they can convince them to consider Biafra issue and to make decisions that will favor us. What Adan Diocho, Madam Van Van, Remigius, Biafra Disunite will be doing is to come and then do propaganda, destroy their effort in the media and say they are criminals and say they are snapping photo. Joy Irobi was writing, whether yesterday or the day before, when she saw what our attorney and lobbyists push out to the media of their discussions with the Washington, D.C. lawmakers. She said that this taking of photo will not go to anywhere, and that this policy they have brought will not go to anywhere, that everybody should go and disbelieve Moran Global Strategies, the lobbyist firm. The same lobbyist firm that were snapping the same photo after they do their work and post. PM posted and will give you, you post, and then you will be clapping for PM. So you were not clapping for PM with all your mind and heart. PM will tell you, go and talk to Ambazonia representative. Let us have broadcast, let us have meeting. You will go and talk. You're not talking with all your heart. You're talking with one mind. Because you don't believe in his template. You don't believe in his policy. The discussion of Washington, D.C., was it the acting prime minister that brought about it? No. It was our PM with the entire government that brought about it when he was here. What have we done differently? Pressing those buttons rapidly. Pressing those buttons rapidly for something to happen. So that our PM will see that his legacy is working and things are still viable. So that Finland will see and understand that it is not about our PM staying in there and making decisions, or staying in there and everything gets stuck or spoiled in our hands. No, we're keeping the fire burning. Biafra Defense Forces are doing all their effort. What people are trying to do is create different groups, bring different people. Accountability 1, accountability 2, destroy people's mind, corrupt them. You start now telling them that Igwe BUTUZOR is not doing anything with his men. It is the same way that Ngozi did now. Ngozi started by telling all of you that Igwe BUTUZOR and his men are not doing anything. He said they are all fraud. She screenshotted their official handle of the Biafra Defense Headquarters and said these people are fraudulent. They are criminals. that she's going to form her own new army. She unveiled her army ID card. She unveiled her army bank account. Today, all of you are not asking Ngozi, where is your army ID card? Where is your army code? Where is your army bank account that you said you'll be putting money for them as salary every month? Where are they? And in which country have you put the money for them? They said they will carry ID card. When Nigerian terrorist army see them on the road, they will remove the ID card and show Nigerian terrorist army and say, this is me, oh, I am Biafra army, oh, I'm the one fighting you to destroy you. You see, today, accountability group 2 under Emma and Choma, they have started another one. So the chief of defense staff is asking all of you questions. Is it with all this nonsense that you're doing that you come back and say they are getting 20,000, they are getting 10,000, 10 million, 3 million, or 15 million, or 20 million? Is that what they will use to do what they have to do? Is it with all these sabotages that you are doing that you have shifted away from the template and the original footstep that our leader has put on ground? Is it with all these things that you're doing that will give them success? Is it with all these things that you're doing that will move them forward to be able to achieve what they're supposed to achieve? A war that they had planned to fight in 1 year or 2 years, with all these your sabotages, you spring up here, accountability. You spring up here, accountability. You will now make them to start fighting the war for 20 years. Because the spirit of Satan has entered many of you. The spirit of jealousy, hatred, and backstabbing. Why should it be Simon Ekpa? Today, why should it be Okenkere? Aha! Before it was, why should it be Simon Ekpa? Today is, why should it be Okenkere? So you must fight Okenkere dirty and destroy him. Thinking that you're doing Okenkere. You're not doing Okenkere. Go and listen to that message from the Chief of Defense Staff. And then ask me if it is Okenkere that you're doing. Are you even doing the Chief of Defense Staff? No, you're not doing him. You heard him say that if they should abandon and leave Biafra land, it is not to their own detriment, but it is to your own detriment. If they leave the battlefield, they will have a good life to live. But who will bear the brunt? It is you that will bear the brunt. Let this message not go too long. We've delivered the message. So it was just to make sure some of you understand. Because some of you that have been standing your grounds with the Biafra Defense Forces, with BRGI to this time, you may have misunderstood the message. No, that message is not for you. That message is for the saboteurs. Yes, the message is for the saboteurs that spring up to destroy the finance of BRGI. That spring up also from the homeland, bring up different things and policies to destroy Biafra Defense Forces also and their finance. Because what you do anywhere in proxy will affect another arm of this very government. What you do, you think you're affecting this arm of this very government, it will affect another arm of this government, as far as we are concerned. So, go and search yourselves. Ndị accountability. Ndị mkpụrụ mmiri. Ndị accountability, ndị mkpụrụ mmiri. Go and search yourself and know what you have done. And listen again and again and again. For those idiots that woke up and when they hear the message of the Chief of Defense Staff, you did not carry your phone and first make this submission. Oh, look at what Ngozi has cost us. Look at what a man accountability group have caused us to. That wasn't your first point. Your first point was, where is Okenkere? Where is all the money that is doing fundraising? Where are the men on fire? Where are the men on ground that they say is doing? Where is the money he say is sending? That is your first utterance. That is to show you how devilish and brainless and stupid you are. Yes. Because the God of Biafra has punished you to the point that you cannot even identify where your problem is. Yes. You can't identify your problem. You see that the chief of defense staff, he is giving you complaint of what your sabotages have caused. You cannot identify your problem to look at where and what and who has been causing these problems, who has been the tools of these problems where he is talking about. No, you want to go and start attacking the very savior that God gave you for the meantime. The one that has even been on the destruction side, that one, enter your lips. So, that one, go ask him to bring the money for accountability where she carry come out from convention that everybody contributed for ticket. You don't ask that one to go and bring the money. Now the same person we sacrifice to save the convention, now him be the one where you go put for placard. Now the same person we still stand in ground, carry load for head, can't reach today. Now that one, now you want cut in head for public. Now the same one where they sacrifice in life every day, if they go Washington DC, you see they look at other things where they happen for the other side. And that one, now him be your problem. Do you pay him for going to Washington DC? No. Do you pay him for doing what he's doing for Biafrans in the homeland? No. Do you pay him for listening to the complaint of Biafrans globally? No. When he leaves his job and is going to spend over 18 hours, 12 hours in Washington, D.C. to have meeting for Biafra, are you paying him? No. Are you even paying for his transport? No. Are you fueling his car? No. Even when he gets there, and then senators are doing something, and then there is fundraising. As a government representative, as you go there, you also have to partake in that fundraising. He will do fundraising from his own pocket to represent the government of Biafra. Are you paying him? You don't pay him. Because politics is about support. You play the political game and you go the right way, the way it is going, you follow, and because it is the way of pressing the button. You press all the buttons that people are pressing. You do what people are doing as you are there in that political arena. It is part of the show. Are you paying him? No, you're not paying him. Rather, you are in the comfort of your home, snoring and scattering your legs, drinking palm wine and red wine and white wine, drinking whiskey, drinking everything that you like that is good for you. NSO, you people know all the names of the drinks now. You enjoy. Go and borrow sense. Go and ask God what your children will do to you when you come to understand that you became a useless soul, a useless tool to the Biafra liberation and to the Biafran cause. I want everybody to wake up. So, media team, when you see these people being misled or misinterpreting the message of the Chief of Defense Staff or not channeling it the way they should have channeled it, help them to remind them that the message is for them. Yes, that they are the saboteurs that the Chief of Defense Staff is talking about. They are the ones that have dragged us backward. Yes, they are the ones that the Chief of Defense Staff is complaining of. That because of them, they don't allow the Chief of Defense Staff to multiply his logistics the way he's supposed to multiply. They don't allow him to work efficiently the way he's supposed to work with all the plan that he has on his table. Remind them Don't say you want to educate them. Just remind them, because you can never educate a fool. A fool will always remain a fool forever. If you like, waste all your energy in this world, say you're educating a fool. It makes no difference. I salute all Biafrans. Media team, for those that have their hands up, please, we can take those hands and then we bring it down because it's very late. You guys have been on air for the past 48 hours. I appreciate all of you for your good work, and we have to keep the fire burning. Yes, please, those on the mic, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and then we bring it down. Honorable Nkudi number, over to you. After you, Honorable Betty goes. After Betty, Afam goes. After Afam, Silva. I think we have just 4 persons, then we bring it down. Thank you so much. Nkudi number, over to you, 2 minutes.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for information. Thank you for your services for Biafran people. More grace to Evos. You see, all protocol observed. It's really good all these things are coming out this point in time, so that those who are yet having being skeptical of the facts we have been presenting to them regarding the sabotage and these people whom they are working for them to not to say that they are confused or they don't know who to follow, or yes, they are not seeing their evil or the evidences. I think he has gone beyond level doubt. So for anybody still standing with them, we be regarded as accomplice, and I am also saying that the law of Biafra will have the full odds. Yes, in full odds against them, and that will also go on to encourage Biafrans. These people have done beyond, they have proven that they are evil, and from the onset, they never meant well for us. It's not a coincidence. It has proven that they were planted. Imagine when you see later, if I know about bragging, speaking, and we never knew that they had somebody planted, not just one, not two, planted among us, that giving them information of everything. So also other governors, all of them, they are among the ghost workers being paid, receiving salary from the government, from the governors, from the zoo senators, from all various areas, and they actually send them to come and penetrate us. And when we are talking how to, to subdue zoo, they are also taking our decision. In fact, how the Prime Minister was able to succeed to this level with all these people among the brigade? How was he able to succeed to put all these things in places? Having these people among the cabinet is really high. Biafrans, I'm grateful that we have standing order, that we deal with them decisively in accordance with the law. And I can't wait. None of them. And the BDF also to reactivate the Edua economy in hometown, because this is the only way to go to restore confidence of others. Because I was discussing with somebody today. I was saying, people were saying something, and he not making open, but what he was driving to is that how can they have confidence when everybody this person will come and carry one in the road, go on, this person will come and carry one in the road? What confidence would they have in putting their money in IOU load? But this decisive action, according to the law, the laid-down law that governs this brigade and the Fatu and Biafran people, is the best way to go, that we restore confidence on Biafran people. More grace to everyone, sir. Thank you so much for being there for Biafran people. And our BDF and our APM, more grace to everyone. Thank you. And Elias and the Anthony, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mazonyega. Honorable Betty, over to you. 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes. I think Honorable Betty is not there. Afam, go ahead, Afam. Afam, are you there?
I'm here, my minister.
Go ahead.
Good evening, I'm
Minister Sonny, thank you so much.
Okay. Betty is back. Betty, go ahead.
Are you not hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you now. You picked the mic late, but we can hear you. Go ahead. Off the other device. Reduce the volume. Reduce the volume of the other device. Reduce the volume of the other device totally so that I can focus here.
Okay. You have said everything, you see. Okay. Yeah, you've said everything. There isn't much that I have to say other than what we reflected on during the day, unity and all. I know that whenever something like this is happening, there's bound to be misunderstanding, and whenever it arises, it is left for us to know how to handle it and manage it. That is exactly what I expected from the 2025 breakaways. Being the conflict resolution boss, I think he has failed in his duties and position to settle whatever he thinks is not right. Because when Biafra comes for real, when we will finally go home, there will still be misunderstanding and disagreement. Does it mean that then, if anything arises, we will all go dividing like a nation? There has to be a resolution somewhere. But since they have chosen to go their separate way, we cannot do anything. I know that those contributing money, that we are small now, but you see, life is like that. Life is like that. I don't really know what else to say. You have said it all. All we have to do is to persevere and continue doing what we know how to do best, and coupling it with prayer, because they say that heaven help those who help themselves. Thank you so much, and we have taken note of everything you said. Thank you, and may God continue to bless you, give you more wisdom to always come out and talk to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Wachineke. Thank you. Afam, over to you, sir.
Good evening, my Minister of Information, and respect to you, to all BIAFRANS here. Actually, I have not much to say. Joan, please, I'm using this opportunity, Joan News, to talk to you, please. You have to be the voice, please, out there. Give us the voice. Do whatever you have to do for the message of this Biafra to get anywhere. We are behind you. We are behind your back. We like what you're doing. Remember that truth is the only thing that will take you far, that will take you to the world stage. Be the CNN that we are looking for. Please, I urge you to do that. Never fail us. Always go with the truth. This is all I have to say for now. This is why I come here. Thank you. Minister, my minister, thank you for the privilege.
Thank you, Wachineke. Let us use this opportunity to appreciate Joan News. Joan News, we appreciate your work, but one thing we want you to do more is don't be using or alter the photos of our leaders, so that when the publication that you put on the flyer is coming out, it will hit the rock that it's supposed to hit. Because if you're putting a message that has to do with our APM or our PM, and then you alter the face, it doesn't make any meaning. Yeah. So if the message is about our PM, use his real photo. Don't alter the face. If it's about our PM, use his real photo. Don't alter the face. Because if I come across and see any publication that is made and the face of the PM or APM is altered, I cannot share it. I'm telling all of you now. And BIAFRANS, where you see such publication, please don't share. It's like you're making a photo of Orabu Fulani, and then you're showing her being in chains and then you write there Honorable Fulani Injun, then you now alter her face, and then you put another different face. The message is not going to where it should have been. So if you're putting the face or you're talking about our PM, put his real image there. If it's about our APM, put his real image. If it is about me, put my real image. Don't alter the image. Even if the photo they ugly, leave them like that. So BIAFRANS, don't share images that is altered and it is depicting our PM or our APM or our Biafra Defense Forces, please. Let's use real images so that when people see, they will take us serious. They will not take us for photoshopping team. Thank you so much. Hardcore, over to you.
My minister, sorry, please. I want to inform Sister Nkira, I have sent you my receipt of 50 Jama that I pledged, please. BIAFRANS, please remember what I said. We are not fighting with credit. Everybody should, when you make a pledge, you do what you have to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Hardcore, over to you. Two minutes, please.
Yes, so my every information minister, I want to thank you so much. I want to thank all BIAFRANS. We have said it all. We have removed the clothes from the face of masquerade. We don't have anything to say much to add. The point remains that we need to do what we need to do without looking at anybody's face. And I'm happy that many BIAFRANS are getting up, even from homeland. They are beginning to understand that there is real need for us to liberate ourselves. I want to thank you, sir. And I want to thank you for all your effort, your tenacity, and for your standing strong. God will continue to bless you. BIAFRANS, please, just like Mazi Afam have said, the liberation process we are is not a cow, like in the indoor donation. Our own is a play, is a show. And when you pledge, you try as much as possible, as God blesses you, to remit, so that things will be done accordingly. If you don't believe in this government, that means you believe in Satan. Let us keep our hands across. All hands on deck. Airborne. Thank you, my brothers. I'm at work.
Airborne, watching everything. Thank you. Silva, over to you, Silva.
Thank you so much, my Honorable Minister of Information. I hope I'm coming out clear and loud.
Yes, we can hear you. 2 minutes, sir. 2 minutes, sir. Right on.
Okay, sir. I want to use this opportunity to thank you for your good work, to thank our acting Prime Minister, to thank every one of us. We are all doing great and mighty into this movement, into this liberation, honestly. And I really thank Chukwu Abiyama because in everything his name be praised. Actually, all BIAFRANS can see that indeed BIAFRANS and our PM is not a pushover. Our acting Prime Minister is not a pushover. We can see how God has been doing great, opening our eyes, telling us to know that if eventually this country was to be a good country, we would have been the one to make it a better country. But since the Lord don't want us, since Chukwu Abiyama don't want us to be among these people, this janja, with these foolish people that have sold themselves and their brain, because the light and the darkness have no enchantment, So I want to thank everyone. The Lord have been doing so mighty into this liberation, from saboteur to saboteurs, giving us more brave, more wisdom to understand that this is not the right thing. This is not the right path. This is not the right time. This is not what we are thought of. Honestly, this shows that BIAFRANS are brilliant. BIAFRANS are the real hardcore. MK said that when he asked God to give him 100 men, God told him that I will send, when the time comes, I will send those who will fight for this liberation. Honestly, you can all see that people who are really the hardcore, who are born for this, we are dead already. If you are fighting the liberation or freedom, you must be a dead man. We are all dead. But the people that you can see that are falling apart are people who are still alive and trying trying to be among the dead. They are just pretending, but you cannot do otherwise, because that is not what you are, or that is not your pattern. That is not, you are not dead. You are not in the spirit to fight for the liberation. God has been doing so great, honestly. God has been doing so great, opening our eyes. Even when they thought that we will fall, that is when we are rising. Even as in everything is just as God's plan. And now we can know that when they know, there's nobody that can come out here and tell us that this is what you want to say. We will first of all look at the chapter, look at the bylaw, say, this thing you are saying is not according to the law we have here. Where are you getting this one from? One, you start to have to explain to us. We sit you down and ask you question and question and question and question. When we see that you are not, we will use our hand and throw you away. You don't need to, there is no need to tell you to go away. We will throw you far away from what you are doing. We have separated the chaff from the wheat. That is it. And I'm thanking Chukwu Biama for doing all this mighty work, because this is what they expected from what they expected is not what they are saying. Honestly, only God knows what these people expect from us. Because you cannot tell me that you have been in this struggle of liberation right from 2021, right from 2022, right from 2023, and yet you still have that evil mind in you. Honestly, there's something I shared some time ago. I shared one woman from Fulani from Niger in Onitsha speaking Igbo. I say, is this how some of these people are? Some of these people are not even our brothers. Some of these people are not even our blood. So when you talk about things that concern us, they just feel that this is what they would just use Biafran things and make money. But they don't know that one thing about Biafran is that if I do tell people that it's better you don't speak evil against this movement. It's better you just hear and close your ear and go. Now you to speak evil, to open your, if you do that, you have been cursed. You have been cursed. These people don't know. When I look at all these grown men, the house, I don't know. I look at them. I didn't cry for them, but I cry for their children, because they have caused their children. This is exactly fact. So if you are in this struggle and you still have that, it's better you just wash your clothes, pack your bag, just quietly leave. And if you have been in a meeting where they are discussing to sabotage, just quietly, because you are causing yourself and your generation. This is very simple. I thank our information minister. You have been doing so great, honestly. You have been doing so great. God will strengthen you more. God will strengthen you more. Those people looking for our downfall will always see us rising. The zoo are tired. They cannot see that. They cannot see that indeed there is God, because MK said that indeed everybody will believe that there is God that brought us into the struggle. And they are actually seeing there is God that brought us into this struggle. The first person said that if Onyen do come out, the second person has said that another part of our. So there is no two ways about it. We cannot see that they are all four. They are nowhere to be found in social media anymore. They are nowhere. None of them is in social media anymore. They have gone. This is to tell you that we have won. Just that the final date to round everything up is what we are waiting for.
Thank you, Master.
So,
thank you, Master.
If you haven't wear the jacket or you have not dyed red, I think you should go and dye you so that you can be alive to fight this thing. Because if you are afraid to die, you lose your life. You lose your life.
Round up.
Thank you. I think I had my mic here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Who is next?
My honorable, can I go in? I'm so tired.
Yes, BMO, you are next. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you for coming. You're a wonderful son. May God Almighty continue strengthening you, both physical or spiritual, and everything that you need for this fight. Son, I hope only to pray for you this night.
to give you more courage. I believe that God Almighty knows what will happen. Just a few months ago, and bring somebody like you. You are the real ambassador of our Prime Minister SABOTAGING and our APM, including Odimo Ojuku and Philip APM. You are here not by your power, but by the power of the Almighty God. And all I ask Almighty God is to empower you with more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, both physical and spiritual, and every support that you need to carry on the job. And at the end, you will be victorious. You have already crushed all the enemies. Son, I bless you as a father, as a grandfather. I give you this stuff. You will crush all your enemy. You will crush them under your foot. All that have criticized you without reason, without evidence, without any cause, all of them will go down under your feet. BIAFRANS, we celebrate you, son. Abrawa Sonny. You are the shear of Biafra land. You are a great son. A great son of the soil of Biafra. There is a proverb in Igbo, he said, if God had to afford way BUTUZOR. Stomach never fear. That is why he's presented himself at the front in any situation. You are a wonderful son. With the power and the strength of the Almighty God Elohim that you have given to me as a father and make me to live up to today to see this progress, I bless you, son, with every power that crushed all the enemies and saboteurs. Do whatever you want with them. You are blessed, son. Continue your good job. And God Almighty will always be with you day and night, up and down, front and back, left and right, in the light, in the dark, in your sleeping, in your waking. Elohim will always be with you. The prayers that I made on your head secretly is what I'm presenting today in the public. You shall overcome all your enemies, which is all the enemies of Biafra, all the saboteurs. You, they will know that God is really exists. You're a wonderful son. Almighty God have answered our prayers. Continue your good job. The trust is yours. In the mighty precious holy name of Almighty God Elohim.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, Chair BMO. Thank you. And thank you to everyone. Please, if you have not had the opportunity to speak, we'll continue later on because we are already in another day. So, kudos to everyone, and good night, and good morning, and good afternoon, and good night, and good evening to everyone. And I thank you all. Let's keep the fire burning and do what we know how to do best. Thank you so much. They will from here. They will.